get familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hi, welcome to the Axel Academy. Myself Saad Hassan. Today I am going to discuss the arithmetic progression. This topic is very important as far as your CBSE board is concerned. Weightage for this topic in your board is around 6 marks. So let's study this topic with their important point. So in this topic, first we will see the sequence. Basically, sequence it is a list of numbers having some specific relation. Okay, so let's take an example. Here 1, 3, 5, 7. This is also called a sequence. And what is the relation in between them? That if you will see that each number we are getting by adding 2 to its preceding number. So for an example, 3 we can get by adding 2 to 1. Similarly, 5 we can get by adding 2 to 3, and so on. And let's take another example. 2, 6, 18, 54. What is the relationship in between them? That each number we are getting by multiplying 3 to its first number, and here sequence is beginning from the 2, and similarly here the sequence is beginning from 1. So to get a 6 we have to multiply it by 3 into 2, and same for 18. To get 18 we have to multiply 3 to 6. So this is also an example for the sequence. Okay, so I think this point is clear. So now coming to the arithmetic progression. So if you ask me what is the arithmetic progression, I will again tell you that arithmetic progression it is also a type of sequence, but it is a type of sequence in which the difference between the two successive terms it is a fix, and that fixed number we will see what it will be called in the subsequent slide. So for time being you can take that arithmetic progression it is a sequence in which the difference between the two successive terms is fixed. Okay, I think it's clear. So now let's take an example. 2, 4, 6, 8. These are what? Even number. Is this an example? AP you see the difference between the two successive terms. 4 minus 2 is what? 2. 6 minus 4 is what? 2. 8 minus 6 is what? 2. And the difference is what? Difference is same. So as soon as the difference will be same in between the sequence, then that type of sequence it will be what called arithmetic progression. And the same here, the same example they have taken. And what is the difference here? Difference here it is 5. 10 minus 5, 5. 15 minus 10, 5. 20 minus 15, 5. So again this is in arithmetic progression. So what we can figure out from here? We can figure out one thing very important. To get the second term, we have to add that difference to the first term. And in order to get the third term, we have to add that difference, that means difference between the successive term and preceding term, to the second term, and so on. Okay? And please note it that here that the sequence it will always begin from the first term. Okay, then we have to successively we have to add that difference. Okay, so I hope this point is clear. So now let's take an illustrative example to clear our concepts in a very better way. So here this red smiley we are denoting like as D. So this is what D. Okay. Now this sky smiley I'm going to tell that this is A. Okay, fine. So now let's see. Again this is A, D. So this is what is second number. What we have done here? We have added the what? A common difference on the first number. So this will be what? It is a second number. Now A, D, 2D. So what is this? This it will totally becomes, it will what? A plus 2D. So what we have done again, same thing, we have added D over the second term. Now A, D, 2D, 3D. So this will become what? fourth term. So what we are doing actually? So in order to get any term, next terms, we are adding a common difference smiley to its preceding term. Correct? I hope this point is clear. Now coming to the general form of an arithmetic progression. So basically till now we have learned that the arithmetic progression, it is basically represented like this: a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, and dot 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 a plus n minus 1 into d. Why n minus 1 into d? I will explain, and you can easily figure out from here that in first term there is no different, there is no common d term. In second, 1d is there. In third, 2d is there. So for just if this sequence if it will continue like this, so for nth term there will be the n minus 1 d, it will come here. Okay, and this point will more clear in the subsequent slide. And here what are the things are important? A here is called the first term. It is very important, please keep in mind. And d is what? D is the common difference. That's what I was telling in the previous slide, that d is the difference between the two successive terms. Means like a plus d minus a. What is this? A plus 2d minus a. What is this? Again d. So d is what called? D is called the common difference. So now that thing I have explained already. The fixed number which is obtained by subtracting any term of an AP from its previous term. I hope this point is clear. So let's take, if we take first term of an AP as a and common difference as d, then nth term of an AP will be what? That thing we have seen. Why? An is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. That thing we have seen in the previous slide. The first term a1 was what? A. A2 was what? A plus b. And like this, like in the same fashion, we can write the nth term of the AP. Correct? Fine. So let's try to understand this arithmetic progression in a very broad manner. So what we have done here? Here we have taken a sequence, and that sequence it is in arithmetic progression. Why? Because if you see that difference between the second term and first term, difference between the third and second, and fourth and third, all are same. So this will be a arithmetic progression. And what is the first term here? First term is what? 3. So what we can notice in this sequence, that we find the difference between any term and the term before it always get what? We will get always 4. So here 4 is what? Common difference, and is denoted with a letter d. Okay, so these things, it is, I think it is clear. So what we can conclude? So to get the next term in the sequence, we would add 4. So a recursive formula for this sequence, it will be somewhat like this. An is what? An is equals to n minus 1 plus 4. Why plus 4? That's what I have explained. To get any term, what we have to do? We have to add previous term to the common difference. So so previous term plus common difference is the just its succeeding term. So in order to get the nth term, what we have to do? We have to add a common difference quantity to the n minus 1th term. Is that clear? Yeah. So the first term in the sequence would be a1, which is sometimes just written as a. So here what actually if you substitute n is equals to 1, what we got? We will get a1 equals to a0 plus 4. So and a0 is nothing but here. So a1 is it is what called the first term of an AP, and a1 we can also tell as what? A. Okay. So now here we have taken the what? Same thing, same sequence in our previous slide, that 3, 7, 4, 11, 15, 19. So what is the common difference here? In 4. Okay, now so the common difference is 4 and a is what? 3. Okay, so what we have concluded here, each time you want another term in the sequence, you would add d. So in order to get 7, what you have to do? You have to add plus 4 in the 3. And like same way, that if we want to find 11, we have to add 7, we have to add 4 to 7, and in the same fashion we can find 15 and 19. So the same thing they are telling, that the third term is the first term plus d added twice. So in order to get the third term, we have to add the first term, common difference, and again common difference. So we will land to the third term. And in order to get the fourth term, what we have to do? We have to add 3 times common difference to the first term. And suppose if this sequence it will go up to nth term, what we have to do to get the nth term? We have to add n minus 1 into d quantity to the first term. So you can read here. So you can see, to get the nth term, we would take the first term and add n minus 1 times. I think this point is clear. So here we can figure out the nth term of the arithmetic progression. Okay, and with this you can also any term you can find the 5th term, 6th term, and whatever you want to find. So for an example, I just have found that A5 will be what? A is what? First term. What is n? N is what? 5 minus 1 into common difference. So 3 plus 5 minus 1, 4 into 4, 16. 3 plus 16, it will be what? 19. I think this point is clear. So let's see an example. Let's see one question based on the concepts, and that's what we have studied till now. Here the basic question, but it should be clear at this point of time. So first term they have given what? A2, D2, n is equals to 12, and they are asking find a. What does it mean? They are asking to find the nth term of this AP. Okay, so what we know the formula for an is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. Fine. So what we can write? A is what? 2 plus n minus 1, 12 minus 1 into d. So 2 plus 12 minus 1 is 11 into 2. So 2 plus 22. So what we will get? 2 plus 22, it will be what? 20. So what we got? A nth term means, what does it mean? A 12 term is what? 24. I think this point is clear. So now let's check that how we can check whether the terms are in AP or not. I think this thing I have explained in a very previous slide. So for we have to check that 2, 6, 10, 14 whether it is in AP or not. Correct, na? What I told that find the difference. Okay, means find the difference between the two successive terms, like 6 minus 2, 10 minus 6, 14 minus 10. So that's what we have done here. A2 minus A1, 6 minus 2 is what? 4. Similarly, A3 minus A2, 10 minus 6, it is again 4. A4 minus A3, it is what? Again 14 minus 10, it is again 4. So what you are getting that difference between the two successive terms, it is always 4. So now we can say that since the differences are common, so we can say that the given terms are in what? AP. I think this point is clear. Fine, na? So now let's take an example again. Find the value of k for which the given series is in AP. Okay. So here they have given the 3 terms: 4, k minus 1, and 12. Correct? So we have to find the value for k. So what the given information is there? 4, k minus 1, and 12. Okay. So if this series is in AP, then we know one thing, that the difference between the successive terms, it will be what? Always same, and that is what? The common difference. So what we can write here? That A2 minus A1, what is A2 here? A2 is k minus 1. What is A1 here? A1 is the first term. And what is A3? A3 is 12, correct? So we can write that A2 minus A1 equals to A3 minus A2. Yes. Can we write? Yes. So K minus 1 minus of 4 equals to what? 12 minus of K minus 1. So what we can write? K minus 1 minus 4 is what? K minus 5. And if you simplify, you can transfer K here and you can transfer minus 5. It will go to the right hand side. It will become plus. So you will get finally the value of K what? K equals to 9. So like this, since based on the basic definition that we have studied, that the difference between the two successive terms in the AP, it will be always the same. Based on this, we can solve the question. Correct? So now let's try to find the sum of n terms. So this is also the important concept. So we have to find the sum of the n terms of the AP. So here now we have to find the sum of the collection of the terms which are in AP. Okay, now so the formula is like that: n into first term plus last term, and the whole things you have to divide it by what? 2. And here last term is what? A plus n minus 1 into d. Correct? Where A, you know that A is the first term, and n and d, I think all of you know. Okay, fine. So therefore this, so what we know, A first term is what? A, last term is A plus n minus 1 into d. So what we can write the sum of n terms? We can write the sum of n terms like this also. So n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Correct? So now let's take some example based on the concept that we have studied till now. So here, what is the first term? First term we know A is 100. What is the common difference? Common difference is what? Difference between the two successive terms. So here 105 minus 100. So this will be what? 5. So and similarly 110 minus 105, it will be 5. So what they have asked? They have asked find the number of the terms. So in that question you need to find what? N value, and they have given what? The last term, means nth term in that sequence they have given. So what is the value of 500? The 500 value is what? A they have given. So what we can do? We can substitute in this equation. A in what? A plus n minus 1 into d. Correct or not? So n is 500 equals to 100 plus n minus 1 into 5. So 500 minus 100 equals to, so let's see its solution. So 500 minus 500 minus 100 is what? 400. This one 400, and this is what? 5 into n minus 1. So what we can find? 5 into n minus 1 is equal to 400. So this is just simplification. So see, n minus 1, it will be what? 400 by 5. So 400 by 5, it is what? 80. So n is what? 80 plus 1. Okay. So what we got? We got that there are 81 terms in that sequence. Okay. So now let's take some example based on the how we can find the sum of n terms. Okay. So here there is a question: find the sum of 30 terms of AP 12, 20, 28, 36. So the sequence is what they have given: 12, 20, 28, 36. So this is in AP. And what is the common difference here? Common difference, you know that difference between the two successive terms. So 20 minus 2, it is what? 8. And what is the first term here? A is what? 2. So the sum to n terms of an arithmetic progression, what we can write? We have seen this formula, that n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into common difference. Correct or not? So what is the value of n they have given? N value they have given. You have to find the sum of 30 terms. Correct? Now, so n is what here? N is what? 30. What is the A? A we know. A is the first term, 12. And then what is the common difference? We got common difference we got as 8. So just we have to substitute these values in these equations and we will get. So 30 by 1 by 2 into 30, 2 into 12 plus n is what? 30 minus 1 into common difference. So 30 by 2 is 15. 2 into 2 is 2 into 12 is 24. 30 minus 1, 29 into 8. Okay. So what we will get? 15 into 24 plus 232. So 15 into 256, and if we will calculate, we can easily multiply. So we will get the sum of terms is what. So what we got here? We got, by using the formula, we got the total sum of those terms which are in 8. Okay. So now thanks for the watching, and if you have any queries, you can contact us at info@axelacademy.in. Okay, thanks for the watching. Thank you.